What's going on, my peeps? So you know how women always talk, well, not all women. A lot of women realize that we're not living in a patriarchy, but unfortunately the most stupid and loud ones happen to be feminists, and they are the ones that believe we live in a patriarchy. What is a patriarchy by their definition? Where men hold all the power, where men hold all the money. So why is it that the people in power are ruling in favor of females, letting women off jail and throwing men in it? That doesn't happen? Doesn't happen, you say? All right, well, I got proof that it does. And we all know that women are flooding into the legal profession at a rate far exceeding men. Men are a dying breed in the legal profession. That's just a fact. And especially with more women becoming judges and barristers now, especially if they've been indoctrinated in feminist theory in university, which most women are. If you don't believe me, go and look at Bettina Arndt's video, Sharp Turn Left. Just search it on YouTube. You'll see what I mean. Female judge faces official probe for sparing a serial drink driver jail because she's a woman, despite her smashing into 3 cars and plunging into a ditch. Now, in case you missed the thumbnail, let me just give you a quick snippet of what the judge and the recipient of the pussy pass the judge doled out look like. Starting to get a bit of a picture here, guys? Are you starting to get a bit of a picture here? Because I know I have the picture, both there and here. I get it. Do you? Let's continue. A female judge who spared a drink driver prison because she was a woman is being investigated by judicial authorities. That's so funny. And I love how all of these things are actually on video and recorded on script now, and they've got voice recordings. I did a video a while ago. It was called, I believe it was called something along the lines of The Age of Forced Accountability for Women. Go and check it up. And thank you, Hogibukisa, if that's how you pronounce the name, for your donation. You said it's not just women, and honestly, the men are much worse. Gynocentric boomer judges just need to die out. Look, I agree with you. The problem is we're not getting any of the younger generation male judges come through, or at least not enough to alleviate this kind of problem. Judge Sarah Buckingham is facing the probe. Oh, she might like that, the probe. Sorry, I digress. The probe over comments she made while sentencing dangerous driver Victoria Parry. A spokesman for the Independent Judicial Conduct Investigations Office says the JCIO confirms it has received a complaint in connection with remarks attributed to HHJ Buckingham today. Complaints to the JCIO are considered under the regulations. Parry avoided a custodial sentence despite several previous convictions. By the way, we just had a comment then, guys. If you are looking to get into the legal profession, strongly recommend you do so, because we need more MGTOW lawyers out there. More red-pilled guys who understand not just female nature, but also male nature and just human nature in general. People who have taken the red pill and truly, deeply understand how humans interact, because it's only when you understand the dynamics of these interactions that you know how to put your best foot forward and not find yourself on the back foot in any situation, whether it be legal, whether it be social, whether it be relationship, whether it be financial, whether it be business, whether it be family. You need to understand human nature so that you can actually play Metal Gear Solid on high, on the most difficult level in all elements of your life, and come out on top. Right? Have your name number 1 next to the high score listing. Judge Buckingham warned Parry, who works for the budget store B&M Bargains, that if she had been a man, and I quote, it would have been straight down the stairs, end quote, to prison. The court heard the alcoholic was driving her Fiat Stilo when she plowed into 3 vehicles before crashing into a ditch where her car burst into flames. She was dragged from the burning wreck by other drivers, male drivers, no doubt, because I just can't imagine a female driver pulling over and jumping into a fireball to pull someone out. By other drivers after she crashed. Oh, by the way, and that's testosterone that helps ladies that are in situations like that when men save them, right? And women and feminists want to get rid of testosterone? Really? Is that really a good idea for you when you're the idiot that drives drunk, smashes into 3 cars, and ends up in a burning car in a ditch? Is getting rid of testosterone still a good idea then? Do you really want a bunch of people that are loaded up on estrogen standing around going, oh my God, she's gonna die? No, you don't. So stop fucking with biology, because it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass when you need it the most. I'll continue. Here we go. So yeah, when she was dragged from the burning wreck by other drivers after she's crashed on the A46 near Stratford upon Avon on May 23rd last year before 7 p.m. Right, now, guys, just to put a bit of perspective, right? This article was written on the 12th of April, and I imagine it would be not too long before that article was written that this incident actually happened. And sorry, well, at least this judgment was passed down. And the actual incident it refers to happened last year on May 23rd. So, you know, that's almost a year that this woman has been out, roaming the streets, able to drink, drive, and walk again. I mean, I doubt she's got a license, right? Because they would have taken that off her quick smart. But that doesn't mean that she isn't able-bodied enough to pick up this set of keys and get into a car and drive drunk again. Doesn't mean that at all. Judge Buckingham warned Parry, who works for the budget store B&M Bargains, that if she'd been a male... Yep. Sorry, I'll skip past that. Parry, a shop manager who lives in a £235,000 home near Stratford upon Avon. So it's not a super expensive house. I don't even know why they needed to include that. It's just a silly bit of trivial bullshit. She lives there with her grandparents and has no children. Gee, what a surprise. And this is the thing. We're seeing more and more childless women, particularly those who have been indoctrinated in feminist rhetoric and have wasted their lives, right? Trying to be that strong, independent woman. And now they're alone. They've passed the wall. And they're not attractive to the opposite sex on a broader scale anymore. And they have to bring a lot to the table for someone to want to cohabit with them, let alone be in a relationship with them. But they've been told that they have so much inherent value because they have a vagina for so long that now they actually don't understand how to function, right? They've been conditioned into the state they're in. And I feel bad for these people, right? But we as men, we've enabled this. We've enabled this sense of entitlement. We've been the guys when we were younger running after all these young hot girls, buying them drinks, buying them presents, buying them flowers, buying them jewelry, taking them out to dinner, taking them on holidays, buying them cars, you know, all of this stuff. We enable them. We condition them ourselves, right? So we need to look in the mirror, right? We don't need to look in the mirror when it comes to other men assaulting women, because when that happens, that's a small minority, right? And we can only choose our own actions. But if we have in any way been complicit in fueling this entitlement mentality by giving and throwing money and assets and time and resources at women that don't appreciate those assets and time and money and resources, then we are part of the problem. And it is up to us to start saying no and start teaching other people that are part of the problem to say no, right? And you can not teach other people that are part of the problem to say no. That's cool. But just understand that by you not letting these guys know the path they're leading themselves down, you're actually creating a bigger problem for future generations. So I'm just saying, guys, if you want to help fix the future generations, you need to help other guys to understand where they're going wrong and how they're enabling this behavioral trend. I'll continue. She already had 2 previous convictions for drink driving when she appeared at court yesterday. Parry had 102 mcg of alcohol in 100 mils of breath. I don't know exactly what MCG stands for, but it's almost 3 times the legal limit of 35 MCG. So in Australia, our legal limit's 0.05. So that's probably like 0.15, maybe, I don't know, something like that. I don't know quite how it works in the UK. She admitted dangerous driving and her sentence was deferred. Judge Sarah Buckingham said, if Miss Parry was a man, there is no question it would have been straight down the stairs because this is a shocking case of dangerous driving against a background of 2 previous convictions for excess alcohol. But this offense was committed in May 2018 and she has not been in trouble since. Oh, that's cool. So I can shoot somebody in the head point blank. I can shoot somebody. I can beat the fuck out of a woman. And as long as I don't do anything wrong in the next 10, 11 months, that makes it okay. And I don't need to go to jail for that. Is that what you're saying, Judge? Because it feels like that's what you're saying. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I have a penis, which means I don't get these exemptions. This is the feminist legal system. This is why we are not living in a patriarchy. Oh God, don't tell me it's this. Hang on. I think this is the same judge. So apparently, this same Sarah Jane Buckingham, who was appointed a circuit judge by the Queen 3 years ago, also let a Nottingham bus driver off with a 3-year community order in May 2018 after he admitted child pornography offenses. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this what we can expect from female solicitors and lawyers and professionals becoming judges? Is this what we can expect from a legal system, from a government that's run by women? Because if that's the case, I don't know that any of us want that. Oh, except the people that commit the crimes. It's only the people that commit the crimes that are going to want a matriarchy like this. Believe me. It's only then, right? It's only then when a pedophile rapes a 2-year-old, whether that pedophile be male or female. It's only then when they rape a 2-year-old boy or girl that these feminist mothers are going to start coming out and saying, this is unjust. This female judge did the wrong thing. And even then they won't even mention female because that means that they have to acknowledge that there are women that do the wrong thing as well as men. And that just doesn't fit the feminist model. That doesn't fit what they're trying to push into the legal system. And they don't understand that when you create a system that attacks men, it's only a matter of time before the precedent comes around like a boomerang and flies back at you, smacks you in the face. This is what you don't understand, right? The 54-year-old Judge Sarah Jane Buckingham was appointed to be a circuit judge by the Queen 3 years ago. The 54-year-old was called to the bar in 1991 before becoming a recorder in October 2009. So this chick's been around for like what? Almost 30 years. It's been around for almost 30 years. About 28 years in the legal profession. Craig Wedge, who was the bus driver, 26, had been caught with a video of a girl's rape on his mobile phone. Sorry, I just flicked to a different page. Here we go. Craig Wedge had been caught with a video of a girl's rape on his mobile phone, but the judge said he would have to address your offending in a way you may feel uncomfortable. In August 2017, the judge jailed a father for 3 years for beating his daughter, saying he was, and I quote, and this is actually a ruling based upon her belief in the feminist Duluth model. If you don't know what the Duluth model is, I want you to go and do a search for me. White Ribbon Duluth, DULUTH. UTH. Have a look at that wheel of power and control, and tell me if you can't see some behavioral patterns of narcissistic and toxic women in that power and control wheel that feminists say only applies to men. Right? In August 2017, the judge jailed a father for 3 years for beating his daughter, saying he was a controlling misogynist who ruled through fear. So she's jailing a father for 3 years for disciplining his daughter, but won't jail a pedophile and won't jail a woman who was driving drunk on her 3rd occasion, ramming into 3 cars, going into a ditch and ending up in a fireball. She won't jail the pedophile or the serial drink drivers that could kill someone. Oh, but let's jail the father who makes the daughter feel fearful of doing something wrong. Yeah, let's jail that dad. Fucking idiot. She said of the 50-year-old man. Here we go. Here's some more feminist dribble. See, I haven't read this article in full. I just read the start. So you guys are about to get my live reactions to what's in this article here. She said of the 50-year-old man, and I quote, "You don't like women very much and are a very traditional person who clearly thinks women should do what you want them to do, even your little girl." End quote. This is the feminist dribble that is filtering from universities through to the top of the legal system and the top of our government. Sorry, I just keep skipping. Oh man, this gets worse. Another recent case saw Judge Buckingham jail a teenager in 14 months in August 2018 after he stabbed a 19-year-old man in the leg in a fight in a Nottingham shopping mall. I've got no objection to that, although the kid was probably the product of a single mother household. Sentencing Isaiah Mackenzie McKenna, 18. She said it was heartbreaking that young men carried knives as protection, but it was not the answer and would only result in prison. I'm inclined to agree with that, so I'm not going to argue that point. Wait. Okay, so it was a female. What? She said she has clearly got an alcohol problem. She is, whether she admits it or not, an alcoholic. So I don't know why she's sentencing this 18-year-old chick, unless that 18-year-old chick was the perpetrator, but she just said the article says a 19-year-old man's the perpetrator. Whatever. That bit, I'm not going to dwell on it. You can check out the article and see if you can decipher this mainstream media fuck up yourself. Addressing Parry, the judge added, "You richly deserve an immediate custodial sentence of 18 months. I want to see whether you can really address the issues rather than paying lip service. If you succeed, I will not make the custody immediate. If you don't comply, I will conclude that you are not worthy of the chance." The court heard Parry almost caused a major crash when she overtook into incoming traffic before plowing into 3 vehicles. Tim Sapwell, the prosecutor, said, and I quote, "Her driving was such that she caught the rear bumper of a van and she next hit the wing mirror of a Vauxhall Insignia and then the side of a BMW very heavily. She hit it with such force that the BMW's rear wheel was knocked off and the car was written off. It caused her Fiat to spin on the road and go down the embankment into a wooded area where it caught fire." End quote. Other drivers rushed to her aid, including an off-duty police inspector who released her from her seatbelt and pulled her out of the burning car. He noticed she smelled of alcohol, and Parry told him that she had had a bottle of wine, telling him, "I shouldn't be driving." That's what she said. I shouldn't be driving, literally. So she knew she shouldn't be driving, but she did it anyway. When Parry was arrested, she took a breath test at the police station almost 2 hours later. The reading was only just under 3 times the legal limit. Lucy Tapper, defending, said Parry started drinking up to 2 bottles of wine a day after being in an abusive relationship. Oh yeah, so it's everyone else's fault, right? She only started drinking because she got it. She was in an abusive relationship. That's right. She was in it. She could have walked away. She got all the government support. All the government support. But she stayed. And now she's blaming other people for making her drink. Okay. Lucy said, and I quote, "There is deep and genuine regret on her part." Yeah, deep and genuine regret that she ruined her car. Deep and genuine regret that she got caught. Deep and genuine regret that someone else didn't come and play Captain Save-A-Ho and pull her out of that relationship and give her a good relationship and a house and financial support. That's the only thing she regrets. Because if she truly regretted it, she wouldn't have done it to begin with. She needs to reflect on the lessons she's learned and why she did it, and accept that she can't just go, "Oh, I regret it, so please have sympathy." No, you fucked up. Take responsibility for your actions. Because that's what us men have to do. And guys, if you're someone who doesn't typically take responsibility for their actions, who's always saying, "Oh, I got dealt a bad hand," we all get dealt bad hands. What we do with those bad hands is the choice. What we do with those bad hands is what creates our outcomes. What we do with those bad hands is how we define ourselves. Okay? Especially when choices we've made up to that point are what has resulted in us being dealt that bad hand. And inherently, we've dealt the bad hand to ourselves. So that's the choices we make. And for those choices and those outcomes, we must take responsibility as men. Having a crash presents its own consequences in terms of what you've done. And to have your car burst into flames is quite terrifying. She says she thought she was going to die. This has been a very salutary lesson to her. Dangerous driving falls under Section 2 of the Road Traffic Act 1988. Prosecutors say it's committed when a person's standard of driving falls far below what would be expected of a competent and careful driver, and it would be obvious that driving in that way would be dangerous. It is an either way offense, meaning it carries a fine and or 6 months in jail at a magistrate's court. In a Crown Court, the maximum punishment is 2 years prison and unlimited fine. Drivers must be disqualified for at least a year and take an extended retest. That sounds fair to me. But I think the maximum term should be higher. The judge said a various and this isn't, I'm not messing up my words here, this is how it's written. The judge set a various conditions for Parry and said that she would be sent to prison if she did not satisfy them. They were to abstain from drinking all alcohol, to approach and go to a meeting such as with Alcoholics Anonymous, seek out private counseling, not to commit any further offenses, not to drive, and provide proof of employment. Following the sentencing, a spokesman for road safety charity Break says dangerous driving is a daily menace on our roads. When drivers take illegal and selfish actions such as drink driving, they knowingly put lives in danger. They must be, and this is the bit that I don't get, right? This is the bit that I don't get, right? They must be dealt with severely so that they no longer pose a threat to other road users, and making it clear that this kind of dangerous behavior by any driver will not be tolerated. Yet the subject of this article is not being dealt with severely. In fact, the bigger punishment, and I guess rightly so, is likely to be dealt to this female judge. Hopefully, justice is served. Hopefully, she is no longer allowed to serve as a judge, so that she can stop allowing dangerous people to go out onto the roads, so that she can stop absolving pedophiles of their actions, and she can stop throwing men in jail for disciplining their fucking children. Because patriarchy, you dumb shit. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, make sure you smash the thumbs up like Kate Mulvey, smash the wall. If this is your first time watching the videos, or you've watched several of my videos but you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button down the bottom and smash the bell. Bang it. Bang that bell with your fist. And if you want to support this channel financially, paypal.me/Sydney MGTOW or patreon.com/Sydney MGTOW. I'm gonna let you guys go so you can flick over and check out the TFM video, because apparently I'm live at the same time as TFM, and I'm not a hog, guys. I've been on for 25 minutes. I appreciate your attention, and I hope that this has brought you some value. Make sure you share this video with your other friends who are sick of the double standards, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thumbs up.